And the bottom left playing Greenfinger, we have Sedgehun. Ooh, playing against Stargen, who's also playing Greenfinger. So Sedge playing their in the game lore rival.
This is a very Sedge thing to do. Notice how Sedge went for that like forested village first. Nobody else does that, just Sedgehun.
Yeah, Headland definitely has a lot of people playing their own style, which is honestly like a really good sign of like a good map. I mean, of course, like, you know, no map's perfect, but it is cool to see like this different style come out. What do you think about like how do the strengths of this play work as far as Sedgehun is concerned?
So I've only ever seen it once when Sedgehun did it to me. They did win that game, but not because of that. And also, there's differences between P1 and P2, so it's really, really hard for me to say. I'd say that one of the strengths is you capture that village early, so you don't have to dedicate a unit to it, which gives you this sudden burst of unit count at a weird moment people don't expect.
Okay, and we're seeing this knight in the bottom right hand side. Like that villager. Ooh, actually, that's very interesting. Sedgehun's going up to the top left instead of going center. And isn't going to build Groove on Greenfinger. And Stargen is going to have Groove at the end of this turn. Part of me is like, oh, well, maybe Sedge is like, or maybe Stargen kind of overextended on the bottom right hand side. Like that dog could go down. But no, they're just going to back off actually. They haven't even taken, Sedgehun hasn't taken the tower.
Yeah, P1 struggles a little bit on the bottom right. I don't know why. But I think it's because the commander is usually enough to deal with the knight. So you just really need one mage. And then until P1 gets enough units to fight you, the threat of getting Groove, killing the knight with commander is so much that you can just kind of hold there.
Actually slightly surprised that Stargen didn't try and just throw vines down around the tower. Because at that point you can just
Nature's cry
completely negate your opponent's ability to go air.
It'd be funny for sure, but I think they were saving it for something like this, where you can just trap and kill a bunch of units.
Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Ooh, I especially love the little mage at the end there. Oh, but this is actually going to get broken, and Sedgehun's going to be able to escape. And oh, dragon up on the top left from Stargen. So yeah, this is pretty even so far. I guess like maybe I give Sedgehun a little bit of advantage. But that's quickly being negated by these village decaps. And Stargen has this dragon which is going to go center, I believe, and threaten every front on the map all at once. Those river tiles are super nice for dragons going center in this map. It gives them a lot of defense, like it's really difficult to move into them. And then the dragon can just kind of like hit from basically anywhere.
I will say, speaking as a dragon main, again, I don't play a commander, I just play a dragon. The one thing about this map is you can build enough mages fairly easily to kind of stun the dragon off your main army. But that hasn't happened yet because it's really early on, so this is where the dragon is going to be most powerful.
Ooh, and speaking of it being powerful, it just smacks that golem with a ton of damage. And it could get surrounded, so that's the one worry right now. But even if it does, I actually don't hate it too much. Oh, but that's actually a really big pullback from Stargen. I don't know if they could break the vines if there is a surround on it.
Nature's cry.
Oh, that's a big surround on the vines. They're just gonna, I think, throw two dogs next to that and call it a day.
Even so, the dragon got pretty good value. That golem had to heal for a lot. And if it takes
Yeah.
a dog out too, then that's just even more value.
Yeah, and then the mage isn't even going to be able to kill it. So it's going to live, do a bit of counter-attack damage. It might break out. Oh, it does! The vine on the river! And Stargen is actually doing okay. I mean, they're a little bit behind on economy, but it isn't the end of the world. Ooh, I don't know about Greenfinger being on a road there. I really don't know about Greenfinger being on a road there.
Is Greenfinger on a road? It doesn't look
Oh
like a road.
no! Oh no, it's a bridge tile. Never mind. I was like, oh, is he dead? Because there's a night crit on him too. Oh my god, Sedgehun's just throwing everything at this golem. And does get it down. That was a lot of units to sacrifice to kill one golem though.
Was it worth?
Oh man, actually if you look at this follow-up, I would say yes. Because this is a ton of damage coming in there. You know, there's vines to back it up, so...
That's true.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good overall. Alright, what can Stargen do on the counter attack? We got dogs, they're doing damage. We got night crits, okay, that's pretty good. Commander
You
comes
definitely
in.
want to punish those knights.
Yeah, Commander's getting a lot of groove off of that, so... Dog goes down. Dragon's even gonna get a kill. Oh, and that's gonna lead to the kill on the mage. And there isn't enough to kill the dragon next turn, so the dragon's actually gotten some pretty good value there. Stargen's just had a really nice turn actually. That's a good counter attack. How will Sedgehun deal with this? Oh, they have a big econ lead, so they're just gonna kind of hold that for the moment.
There's a lot of dogs up there. Greenfinger can't walk too far up or he'll just get dogified.
Oh, right, yeah, especially because, yeah, some of them are injured, so a lot of dog suicide on the table. Alright, and now we see, wow, just regular archer hit is actually going to kill there. That's quite impressive.
Power of the river.
Sure, yeah, River's, that's a very big negative. Damage. Ooh, I love that knight lining up to crit on the top left. So Stargen, yeah, they're going to slowly take back the map. I don't know, can Sedgehun 1700 gold again to work with? Ooh, Greenfinger's on the river? Oh, but he's got so much stuff around him.
I mean, that dragon can go down.
Not if the mages
No, it
die.
can't. Yeah. I retract my statement. That dragon is immortal, as it should be.
I guess the question is, will these knights go down? Alright, so Stargen, they're going to keep to the plan. They're going to knock down that thing, that village. Capture, they're going to take out a knight. Take out another knight, I think? Yeah, uses the dog.
Nature will claim you.
We got vines. Keeps a nice protective surround on his army. Actually, Stargen's army is looking real small right now.
Yeah, this was the smart play for sure. Recover the economy, take a few free knights.
Yeah. Will Stargen actually be able to, you know, keep up though? Ooh, Sedge has a groove again. This is looking rough. I think Sedgehun just kind of wins on unit count right now.
I don't know how, but Sedgehun like always manages to do this. They just swarm you with units on this map. I don't understand how. Whoa!
Oh, we're gonna try and see the lethal attempt. Oh, the dog lived. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I don't really know what the follow-up there though is, because Greenfinger can't reach to hit to kind of deliver the killing blow. I guess there's like a knight that could have hit, but this is not looking good. Actually, it's kind of amazing that Sedgehun is this far ahead on units when they like literally suicided dogs in to kill a golem earlier.
I know! I don't know how they do it.
And you're even just like picking off and capturing other villages, recaptures the, or decaptures the one on the left, kills the dragon, and yeah, I think this is not completely over. Lethals can come out, but Sedgehun's definitely in a big advantage.
Nature will claim you.
Where Sedgehun is involved, expect lethals on all sides.
I love that use of the vines to protect the village from being decaptured easily. Alright, Golem comes forwards. Okay, Greenfinger's just gonna hit the village for what he can. Actually, the knights are doing a ton of damage this turn, and I guess Stargen can, you know, throw vines up, keep the counterattack at bay, takes another vine down, and even gets that village, so they're doing alright.
They're spamming mages to deal with those dragons.
Oh, we're gonna see another attempt on this golem? Yeah, because the dragon can follow up now. And I guess sacking...
Wow!
Yeah, sacking 2 swords.
2 sword crits.
Oh, yeah, that's actually... That's super cool. I guess the thing here is the dragon's gonna eat a mage hit. So it's not the best. But there's 2 dragons from Sedgehun there, actually. And they're just doing so much work. And this knight is actually doing a ton of damage too, up in the top left.
The funny thing is, that's how you kill a golem with Sedge. You find a way to deal, except in reverse. The dragon hits it and then Sedge grooves it. But now, okay, you suicide swords into it and then the dragon hits it. It's like reverse Sedge method of killing golems.
Yeah, I guess if you're used to doing the math, then you're just like, well, I'm just gonna, you know, do the little hits first and then use the dragon. Oh, wow, Stargen actually respecting and not going for the hit on the dragon. And now, because yeah, like the unit count's really quite low, and I guess you really need to keep the mages alive to deal with the dragons. If you let like that count go too low, then the dragons can kind of just overwhelm.
Also, the balloons are becoming a concern. There are about 4 of them now.
Oh yeah, actually, they just kind of like appeared quite quickly, actually.
I mean, well, when you think about it, if you've got Greenfinger with like 4 vines and 4 balloons, you are not gonna get to the army.
This is true. And yeah, I mean, like the counterplay here is you'd have some archers and you just shoot past the balloons, but I don't know how effective that's gonna be. Right, and they've been playing this like incredible game of strategy and shifting and moving around, and Sedgehun's just like kind of slowly wearing down Stargen. And like Sedgehun has 24 minutes left on the clock. Stargen is also a very quick player. Like on turn 18, so we're gonna see. Stargen has 35 minutes left. They've been playing so fast. Alright, takes out a balloon. We're gonna see a knight go down. We are. And I guess this is the turn. You gotta make something happen here. Damage comes in on the dragon.
Nature's cry.
And yeah, the vines come up. Keep Greenfinger nice and healthy. Ooh, even uses the injured vine. I love that. Stronghold's a little bit vulnerable. And yeah, I think
Gotta love the clutch there. And Greenfinger has more than 5 vines on the field.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the terrifying thing is when like 10 vines are up and all of them have like a decent amount of health left. That's like really scary. Sedgehun's just printing golems on the left hand side now. It's just like, yeah, they're winning off. They're about to win on the right hand side, I think. And knowing that, they're just gonna kind of push over to Yeah, this is gonna like defend the left hand side with many golems, and just push on this right hand side with everything they have left. Oh, that mage
Sedgehun,
lived with 1%. That's so unfortunate. Sorry, you were saying.
Sedgehun is so far ahead that they could basically retreat their commander to HQ. They just don't want to get lethal at this point. It's pretty much the only way they lose.
That's true. I mean, this could go on for a bit longer. Like, turn 19 is actually not that deep into the clock for these two players. Alright, well, I think we're gonna finally see the stronghold go down. Takes a lot of damage. Balloons move in even. Yeah, the golem has enough health that that isn't gonna get dislodged. And Sedge, you literally just put your army in front of the stronghold. Even using like the small remnants on this left hand side to just kind of completely stonewall. And I think this is game. I do not believe this can work out. I mean, you're gonna go for all the mage heals, try and do as much damage on the stronghold as possible. Night crit comes in, second night hit comes in. Stronghold's pretty weak, but I don't think it's enough. Especially because all Stargen needs to do is hit the stronghold with the golem. Well, not Stargen, all Sedgehun needs to do is hit the stronghold. There's even a mage heal. And Sedgehun, oh, they're gonna go for the lethal, I believe.
Of course.
Of course, yeah, and Greenfinger's gonna get the kill. Sedgehun takes game 1.
It was the closest thing they could do to ending the game with Sedgegroove, and they managed to do it.
They did, actually, yeah, because that was basically the right percent, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of, you can tell Sedgehun plays Sedge, because a lot of the things that were happening in that game were things like where Sedge would go for that kind of play, right? Like, weakening the golem, and like using a combination of like a dragon plus like 35% or whatever from other units. Like, or I guess like instead would be Sedge, like that kind of calculation. That's a very Sedge thing to do, going for the kill at the end. There's probably some other plays in there where it's like being used to the idea of like trying to weaken stuff and then finish off. That was a fantastic game. Sedge just played it really well. There was just a lot of stuff happening that like I didn't really see until it was impacting the game as well. Like those balloons, I didn't really notice them until you pointed out, but there was 4 of them on the field. And at that point, and that's like a really cool thing you can do when you're ahead on economy actually, is you force your opponent to trade a mage for a balloon. And if you have the right setup, then it's like you're trading like unit count very efficiently. You're building balloons, that's an extra unit, and then yeah, you can kind of just like whittle them down numbers wise. Stargen played, I mean honestly Stargen was playing very well too. It's just Sedgehun had that little bit of an edge. But one thing I'm gonna note, and this happened for this qualifier, like all the matches had already taken place by the time we spotted it. Headland to Deadland actually has small error on the 1.8 version. It was fixed in 1.8.1, where one of the flagstone tiles is actually not in the right place. It's asymmetrical. It has been fixed since then. Doesn't make too much of a difference, but it is one of those little things. And people didn't notice it for months. The funny thing. Nobody pointed it out. Anyway, well played to Sedgehun taking it.